Tonight, some news that will upset you if you eat out a lot. A KITV investigation reveals how infrequently the state inspects Oahu restaurants. Just 3 years ago, inspectors used to make unannounced inspections on restaurants about once a year, but that situation has worsened. KITV's Keoki Kerr has been looking into this and is here with the exclusive KITV investigation. Keoki.
Well, Paula, there are only 12 health department inspectors on Oahu to keep an eye on almost 6,000 restaurants here, about half as many inspectors as we had 20 years ago.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks good.
A state health inspector is making her rounds inspecting this downtown restaurant. When we asked people on the street how often inspections like this should happen to assure restaurant and food safety, here's what they told us.
I'd probably say twice a month. Yeah. But at least once a month. Yeah.
But because of attrition and budget cuts, health inspectors are only able to visit Oahu restaurants once about every 2 years.
Oh, once every 2 years? That's gross. That's not good.
Why?
Because we eat out every day for lunch.
If someone complains about dirty conditions or bad food at a restaurant, the health department sends an inspector as quickly as possible, usually within a couple of days. But because of low staffing levels, their regular unannounced inspections of restaurants have decreased to just one every 2 years. It's a frustrating situation.
You see them improving and moving along, and then you see them again maybe like a year and a half to 2 years, and then they're falling back again. Yeah, so then you have to start all over again.
And those same 12 inspectors on Oahu also inspect non-food establishments like swimming pools and tattoo parlors.
It's getting to the point where it may not be able to respond in a manner which it should be doing.
Rex Mitsunaga manages the State Health Department Sanitation Branch and oversees restaurant inspections.
People really don't see a need until something bad happens.
Are you worried about the day that something bad and very serious does happen because you don't have enough inspectors out there?
It's always been a worry of mine, but it's something that's, out of my control.
Food safety laws are not being enforced for lack of funding.
This past legislative session, House Finance Committee Chairman Marcus Oshiro introduced a bill that would have raised health department restaurant permit fees to fund more inspections and create an internet-based inspection and reporting process. The proposal would have boosted the average restaurant permit fee from just $52 to roughly $300 a year. That would have doubled the number of inspectors and paid for a new computerized reporting system.
And we thought that it was a modest increase per the amount of food you serve, the type of food you serve, the number of dishes you serve.
Many mainland cities and counties have easy-to-use web-based restaurant inspection systems like this one from Sacramento that the public can access 24 hours a day online. Typing in a restaurant name and getting the most recent detailed report.
But in Hawaii, it's a much slower and cumbersome process. People actually have to come here to the health department in person to request the inspection paperwork.
That's right. Restaurant inspections are still written by hand here, and if you want one, you have to pay 50 cents per page to get them copied.
Let's get into the 21st century, where consumers and restaurant goers can go and research before going on and having a meal.
During KITV's last investigation of restaurant inspections 3 years ago, health officials told us it would take 3 to 5 years to computerize their records if they got $300,000 in funding. But that money did not come, so no progress has been made.
Does it frustrate you standing here, explaining this to me? And you've done this before, too.
Yeah, I remember explaining it to you back, 3 years ago? And we're here 3 years later. Just some of the names have been changed, but the file cabinet and the files are the same.
The legislature approved the hike in health department restaurant permit fees from an average $52 to $300 earlier this year, in spite of complaints from some restaurants who said they could not afford the higher fee.
That's too much, too high for us. We are small business.
And it is kind of steep, $300, but yeah, maybe if they bring it down a little bit, that would be good.
But the governor vetoed the proposal, saying it would take money from the general fund in the midst of a serious state budget crisis.
Now, the state collects about $700,000 a year from the restaurant permit fee and spends only $300,000 of that on inspector and restaurant employee training. Most of the money, $400,000, goes right back into the general fund to be spent on other things. Paula?
Well, Keoki, after the governor vetoed the proposal for the higher fees and more inspections, what's happened?
Well, the legislature overrode a number of the governor's vetoes this year, but did not override the proposal for the fees or more inspectors. Representative Marcus Oshiro says he will reintroduce the proposal at the next legislative session in January because he says it would add just 1 or 2 cents per meal to the cost of doing business. He says that is a small price to pay for more frequent restaurant inspections. Paula?
I know you go to other cities and things are posted right up there for you to see.
They're posted for you to see. You can look it up online anytime. And here, we're still kind of back in the dark ages with the old paper handwritten reports. And you're at the mercy of the handwriting of the inspectors as well.
All right. Thank you very much, Keoki.
Sure.